Hey guys, so we are down to our last and final thing of writing our essay. It is revision and editing our paper. Woohoo! Got to be excited about that. So how do you actually do this? I know this is a part of the paper. We just want to be done with it, but this is a really important step before you turn in your final paper because it gives you one last chance to actually make any changes that you want to do. So this should actually take you some time and thought. Don't rush through it just because you want to be done with it. You want to make sure that you're turning in a really good paper that's going to earn you the full credit. So on this slideshow, I've also included some helpful proofreading and revision tips. Read through those and think about how this can help make your paper better, okay? We don't have the capability to print off every single essay here, but if you have a printer at home and want to print it off, it's good to step away from the computer screen and actually look at the paper and read it from the paper and make those corrections there. If you don't have that capability, then obviously you have to use your computer, but step away for a minute, let your eyes get readjusted, and read through it one more time, okay? If possible, and this will be possible, we want you to share your essay with somebody else that's willing to look at it and make changes. In fact, as people finish up their essays, we will probably pair you up to have you share your essay and the proofreading checklist with somebody else. So you'll get a different perspective, just not your own. If you proofread your own paper, try changing the font. Sometimes just changing the color or changing the font size or something will make it easier to read and change it up a little bit and show you those errors. Definitely use spell checker and grammar checker. Proofread out loud. This is a strategy I always tell my kids. Plug your ears and read the paper quietly out loud, almost in a whisper. You'll be able to hear it really good with your ears plugged, but reading out loud really helps you find those mistakes as well. So I really highly suggest reading that out loud because that's when you'll find most of your mistakes and it'll give you a chance to correct that. And then this last one here, this search and replace, I'm just saying if you have noticed that you're using the same words over and over again, like you don't know how to exchange it out, use a thesaurus. Change out some of those words so that it doesn't sound repetitive throughout the whole paper. So those are just a few tips to go by. So real fast, I just want to take you through, I took one paragraph from the essay, the Halloween essay that was written, your mentor text, and I made a couple changes to show you what to be looking for. In fact, I'm going to minimize this because in present mode, it doesn't show you the mistakes. But the first thing that my eyes should go to are these squiggly lines right here. Okay, so if anything else, look at the squiggly lines and make those changes. So, oh man, I was typing too fast. I added a couple letters. So I can simply double click it, right click, and it will give me how to spell it. Okay, so this is a quick way to do it. Oh, there we go. I messed up again. That's the word that I did want there, so I want to change it out. Okay. And then all through here, you want to take it step by step, okay? Read through it first. Oh, no capital letter. So I want to go through, change the capital letter. As I'm reading through, first, Halloween actually began in Ireland. Okay, I'm good there. The article, Halloween 2020, says, well, what did I forget here? I forgot my quotation marks. So I need to go in and put those in. It says that Halloween tradition began with the festival of Samhain, at a time when the Irish believed the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. Okay, I quoted from there, so those look good. Got a period. The people were afraid the dead would cause trouble and damage their crops, so they built bonfires and dressed up in costumes to scare off the ghosts now. Ireland celebrate. Oh, wait a minute. That's a run-on. I need a period here. That's too much. So I forgot my period, and I need to capitalize it now at the beginning of a sentence. Now Ireland celebrates Halloween in similar fashion to the United States. Period looks good. According to Halloween Around the World in Ireland, after kids, wait a minute, okay, that's the article title. According to Halloween Around the World in Ireland, After kids trick or treat, they attend parties where parents often arrange treasure hunts with candy or pastries as the treasure. This is how, oh, that looks like a capital letter, so I'm going to put a period there. This is how Ireland celebrates. Is this sentence a good wrap-up sentence? How can I change that? Well, after I think about it, and even this transition word up here first, maybe there's something else that I can do to make it a little better than just saying first, next, last, okay? Change up those transition words. So when it's all said and done, I decided to change first to start with, and then my last sentence is a little bit longer than this is how they celebrate. I decided to change it to this instead. So going through your reading and figuring out like how it sounds and what it says and the mistakes that I've made is all good revision and proofreading strategies. So this is my final one. If you go into today's module, you'll see something that looks like this. We are giving you a chance to read through and self-edit and revise yourself. Okay, so there's some revision questions. There are some editing questions. If it is something like, is my hook interesting? If I think it is, I will click on that and put an X in there. If I don't think it's interesting, then that tells me I need to go back and make those changes, okay? When you're done doing this to yourself and on your own essay, you are going to get paired up with somebody, or you can choose somebody. We haven't quite decided how we're going to do that yet. And they're going to read your essay and then do the peer side and leave you some comments if they're not unable to put a check mark there, okay? Our suggestion and advice to you is look at what they put, and if it's good advice, if it's a good suggestion, go back and make those final changes. When it's all said and done and you've made the changes you want and it looks like a good essay, then what you're going to do is you're going to go back in and submit. Okay, here is your success criteria, and make sure that you are reading through, maybe using some of those tips, and then let us know when you're done so you can trade your paper with somebody else. Have a wonderful time revising, and we'll see you tomorrow.